You want to know something new about your pet? I got your back, because in science, nothing is boring because we are learning. Hi, it's me Dolores from BSPT1A, and for this video, we're going to learn the different superficial ventral muscle of cat, including its origin, insertion, and action. But before we start, what is a muscle?
Muscles are soft tissues found in most animals that the cells contain protein filaments of actin and myosin that slide past one another, producing a contraction that changes both the length and the shape of the cell. Muscle function is to produce force and motion, which are attached to bones by tendons and help them to move.
So what is this origin, insertion, and action?
The origin is the attachment site that doesn't move during contraction, while the insertion is the attachment site that does move when the muscle contracts. The action is the action of the muscles that describes what happened when during a muscular contraction.
Well, with that in mind, let's proceed to our main topic, which is the superficial ventral muscles of cat, including its origin, insertion, and action.
For the first muscle, we have the digastric muscle. For the digastric muscle, its origin is located in the occipital bone and mastoid process. Its insertion is located in the mandible, where it depresses lower jaw and mandible for action. Next is we have mylohyoid. For mylohyoid, its origin is located in the mandible. For its insertion is in the hyoid bone, where it raises floor of mouth and pulls hyoid forward for action. For the next muscle, we have sternohyoid. Sternohyoid is a muscle of larynx, where it is originated in the first rib. It is in the hyoid bone for insertion, where it pulls hyoid caudally and raises ribs and sternum for action. Next to that is we have sternomastoid muscle. Sternomastoid muscle is a diagonal muscle that is only applicable for cats. Its origin is located in the sternum and its insertion is in the laboidal ridge into mastoid process, where it turns and depresses head on neck for action. And we have 4 superficial muscles classified under chest muscle. First is we have pectoantebrachialis. Pectoantebrachialis muscle is a chest muscle that is only applicable for cats. Its origin is in the sternum and its insertion is in the forearm. With that, it abducts the arm for action. Second is we have pectoralis major. Pectoralis major muscle is a triangular muscle. Its origin is in the clavicle, sternum, and upper 6 costal cartilage. Its insertion is in the lateral lip of the bicipital groove of humerus, where it adducts arm for action. Third is we have pectoralis minor. Pectoralis minor is originated in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ribs. It is inserted in the humerus and coracoid process of scapula, where it adducts arm and depresses shoulder point that elevates the ribs of origin. And for the 4th chest muscle, we have cp-humeralis. Cp-humeralis muscle is only applicable for cats. Its origin is in the sepoid process and its insertion is in the humerus, where it adducts arms or draw arms towards the chest for action. For the abdominal muscle, we have linea alba, or also known as white line for Latin. It is a single midline fibrous line in the anterior abdominal wall formed by the median fusion of the layers of the rectus sheath medial to the bilateral rectus abdominis muscle. It is originated in the sepoid process of the sternum and inserted in the pubic symphysis that separates the right and left sides of the abdominal muscles. Contraction of the abdominal muscles serves to compress the abdomen for action. Next muscle is we have rectus abdominis. Rectus abdominis muscle is a muscle beneath of fascia covering. Its origin is in the symphysis pubis and pubic crest. It is inserted in the 5th, 6th, and 7th costal cartilages and xiphoid process. It compresses abdominal contents and flexes vertebral column, accessory muscle of expiration as action. For the lower leg muscle, we have sartorius muscle. For sartorius muscle, its origin is located in the anterior superior iliac spine, and its insertion is located in the upper medial surface of shaft of tibia. Rotates thigh at hip joint and flexes medially rotates leg at knee joint for action. And lastly, we have gracilis muscle. For gracilis muscle, its origin is located in the inferior ramus of pubis and ramus of ischium. Its insertion is located in the upper part of shaft of tibia on medial surface. It adducts thigh at hip joint and flexes leg and knee joint for action.
Well, that's the end of our discussion. I hope you learned a lot in this video. This has been Maria Dolores from BSPT1A. Bye-bye!